So guys, when we think about crazy rich people like billionaire or millionaire, what are we expecting? Yes, busy life, very busy life. Many crazy rich people own businesses, have thousands of employees, a secretary, and etc. While the person that we will discuss in this video is very unique, he's probably the only Indonesian trillionaire whose life is very chill. So meet Pak Lo or Mr. Lo. He's an Indonesian trillionaire or equal to US millionaire who doesn't own any businesses. He's not a company leader. He doesn't have any office, a secretary, and etc. And most importantly, he has a lot of free time. So what is he doing? His daily work is just sitting in the park from morning to evening, reading, thinking, picking up the phone, and investing. So in this video, we're gonna talk more detail on who is Pak Lo or Pak Lo. And the second, why does he get rich? And the third, what are the tips from him? So let's get started. So who's Lo or Pak Lo? So Pak Lo is known as the most successful investor players in Indonesia, or usually known as the Warren Buffett from Indonesia. In 2012, he's expected to have more than $174 million or 2.5 trillion rupees just from investing. It was in 2012, guys. Pak Lo rarely talks about his wealth, so probably in today's year, his asset probably higher than in 2012. So Pak Lo was not born from rich family, guys. In fact, he lived in a very small house, just 4 times 10 meters, I think. So here's the timeline of his life. In 1979, he started to study majoring in English literature while still working as an administrative employee. Pak Lo's earlier career was also stuck for 10 years as an administrative employee. So the question is, how it's possible to have no background in economics and can be very successful as an investor? So let's go to 1899 because his life began to change when it's 1989. Pak Lo began get to know the capital market and started to become investor at 30 years old age. It's very different with Warren Buffett, like he was starting at a very early age, but Pak Lo started as an investor at 30 years old age. In 1990 until 1991, he moved to work at a bank in the marketing department. His career began to improve after he moved to work at this bank and was promoted as a head of branch. And finally, in 1999, after working for 17 years, at the age of 36, Pak Lo has decided to stop working and become full investor in Indonesian capital market up until now. Maybe you're curious how Pak Lo's track record of becoming Indonesian trillionaire. So let's talk about Pak Lo's portfolio. So these are some of the investment he has made. Here you can see that Pak Lo has made the right investment decisions many times. You can see how good Pak Lo is at analyzing the stocks. So this is just small part, guys, and Pak Lo has invested for about 30 years. So can you imagine how much profit he earns, right? So freaking big. So the question is, where does Pak Lo learn about this? Well, Pak Lo is self-taught, guys, so he learns by themselves. He read many books by world-class investors like Benjamin Graham or Warren Buffett, and etc. So this proves that anyone can be a successful investor, even if doesn't has a finance background, right? So what is the analysis process that Pak Lo does? So he can make accurate investment decision. So the characteristic of Pak Lo, he always use fundamental analysis when buying the stock. So Pak Lo is known as a value investor who tries to find and buy shares at a very low prices, then resell them at a high price. He often calls it as mispriced stocks. The most investors use technical analysis. So they made stock buying and selling decision based on price action analysis, reading price or charts, listening to the security recommendations, and etc. But Pak Lo is different. He used fundamental analysis from the very beginning. So I will try to explain some of the points commonly mentioned by Pak Lo when analyzing the stocks. First, knowing the company's fundamental by reading financial statements. Oftentimes, he makes decisions in buying shares by analyzing the intrinsic value of the company. Because sometimes the stock price doesn't reflect the intrinsic value, right? It could be the stock price is too cheap or even too expensive. That's why the way to find out is to analyze the intrinsic value and performance of the business in the financial statements. And according to him, there's no way trading investor or value investor do not read financial statements, because the key to precise company comes from financial statements. According to him, investor can start reading financial statement from how much profit, sales, and how much capital, how much debt, current or bad debts. So Pak Lo is trying to calculate the fair share price of the company, because by knowing this fair price, you will know the companies are below their fair price on over their fair price. Because Pak Lo also relies on a very simple ways to identify a company's fundamentals and find stocks that are incorrectly priced by using financial ratio such as price earning ratio or PER and the price to book value or PBV. According to Pak Lo, buying fair share that below its valuation is a must. The second is looking for a good company. So based on the book of The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham, they said that the art of successful investment lies first in the choice of those industries that are most likely to grow in the future, and then identifying the most promising companies in these industries. So what are the parameters of good companies itself? It should have management with integrity, has a good reputation, and a positive track record. Because for Pak Lo, buying a share means that you buy a company and you become a part of the companies, right? That's why Pak Lo really attaches the great companies by analyzing the quality of good management. Does the management aim to build the company or have their own agenda to enrich themselves? And the third, passion, guys. Passion is the key success for Pak Lo. Pak Lo's passion is unbeatable. He is not hurried to buy shares before he is sure of his decision, when many other stocks investors are often doing the stock transactions. Guys, Pak Lo can wait a very long time, even for a month, just to buy stocks after he carefully analyzes the stocks. He also very passionate in deciding when to sell the stocks. And of course, he will sell it when the price has gone up a lot, especially when the price is close to fair share or reach the target price. Well, it sounds easy, right? But actually it's very hard, guys. I think a passion is very hard and it really needs years of experience. But after you know the tips from Pak Lo Keng Hong, I hope you can be a passion investor too. So the conclusion, guys, if you want to be a value investor, you should know your financial condition first, because it really needs an excess capital. Value investor means you can really hold your shares for a long time and you cannot use your money that has the function to fulfill your daily necessities and etc. If you want to know what are the current, you should have a stable income first. Or if you want to know when is the ideal time to invest, you can watch my previous video. So that's all video from me. If you think that this video is very useful, you can share it to your friends, family, lovers, or haters. And thank you for watching and see you on the next video.